Hey, this is Derrik Jordan. Welcome to the World Fusion Show, where we bring you the leading innovators in world fusion music. Today, my guest is Mathieu Borgne, who is from France and is joining us from there today. And he is a steel pan player and composer. Welcome, Mathieu Borgne, to the World Fusion Show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry. I'm so glad that you could join us today. It's just great.
Cool, man. I'm glad too. Thanks to you.
And your music is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about your background because pan is, an unusual instrument. And you didn't start with pan, as you were telling me. So how did you begin with music?
I began by learning piano at 7, and my mother used to play piano. My father plays saxophone, so it was normal to ask their children if they want to make some music. So my brother did guitars or trumpet. That was normal thing. I did that for 10 years, but not really. I was not really involved in studying music. It was just once a week, I play piano with a personal teacher. That was really nice. And I know now that it opened my ears. That was the first thing. And then about 14, when I was 14, I just loved the drum set. So I want to play this. So I start to play in band, just like this, like rock band. And I used to love hard rock music. So music with a lot of energy and beat the drum set. And then after school, when I was 18, I decided to do a music school about the drum. And I met a teacher who was really about the mix between jazz and traditional rhythm. It was a jazz music school. So it taught me all the different traditional rhythm on drum. And that's how I became accustomed to Brazilian rhythm or French island rhythm, African rhythm also, and or Cuban music, etc. All that traditional thing. Yeah, that was my stuff. So after, sorry.
I'm sorry because eventually you discovered the pan, and I want to go to our first video right now. And this is the first thing I heard from you, and I discovered you on Facebook, by the way. And I heard this version of John Coltrane's Giant Steps that you posted and was completely knocked out by the performance and your playing. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, that was for a competition for the Panorama, which is a competition, a solo competition, but in a certain panorama way, like arrangement in some tune, but you play it alone. And I never did any competition, but that was in virtual, just like after the pandemic thing, everything is virtual now. Yeah. So it was easy to make some video by my place and then send it. So I decided to do this competition, and that was a real nice experience. I saw many people really support me. I wasn't expecting that, and the first tune I did was Giant Steps. Just I decided to. We used to play that with Calypso Session. It's the steel band I lead in Paris. And a few years ago, we did that tune, make Giant Steps in Calypso. So that was my point to do this tune.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. Let's go to the video right now. we are back with Mathieu Borgne, and amazing version of Giant Steps we just heard. Oh my God.
Thank you.
That is like, I mean, it's crazy amazing. Anyway, so Mathieu, I wanted to ask you, eventually you discovered the steel pan, and it really changed your life. Tell us about that.
Exactly. I had the opportunity to play drum for a band because they need a drummer, and that band was a steel band in Paris called Calypso Session, and they had just 3 years. They start 3 years before. That was a small band, like 20 piece, and they have like 4 tunes. And they wanted, they need a drummer to make some little gigs around. And I was like a student at that time. I'm still, when you play music, you're still a student, and I didn't know about those rhythms, but it was really in my direction. So in first place, I was really focused on drum rhythm, so soca, calypso, and that was only, I remember, that was only drums in my mind. But after a while, we get on tour, we had some day off, and I try on a tenor pan, the first time, I remember, I tried to make something, because I used to play piano, because I play piano, so I understand how it's organized. And I was like, it's crazy. This instrument is crazy. So it's how it starts. And then I start to play pan, start to learn the tenor. And then I went to Trinidad one time, the next carnival. And that was 1998. And since that time, I get involved in pan. Pan for me, I just fall in love with pan because it's the mix between harmony and rhythm. You play rhythm with notes, so that's my mix.
It's so
me.
Great. It's fantastic, and of course, playing with a large steel pan orchestra is quite an amazing thing in terms of the sound. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of recordings don't do that justice. You have to hear it live to really feel the harmonic complexity in the pan. But I want to go to our next video, which is representing that. This is a group of pans you work with. Tell us really quickly about this.
Okay, so this is iLife.
Yes.
This is an arrangement I did for Panorama. I was supposed to, every year I make arrangement for Panorama, and I try to arrange in Trinidad or in London or in New York. And I did it a few times, once in New York and twice in Trinidad, but it's not easy. But every year I try. So the last year I tried with iLife to arrange for it's for this year, for this summer. That was for London Panorama, and I proposed that to different bands, and but nobody say yes. So I just did it with my wife, just two tenor and then 2 double seconds and 2 guitar, and we just record it like that to show how it could sound. But it's not a real big steel band,
right?
But it's to show the music I can arrange.
That's great. Let's go to the video right now and watch this very cool,
all right,
beautiful song. we are back with Mathieu Borgne and more steel pan madness. And next we're going to go to another video of Mathieu's with a group that he's worked with for a while. Tell us a little bit about this group you've been with.
Yeah, this is Jazzil. It is a jazz fusion band mixed between jazz and all the different influence we have as musicians. Yeah. So this is a band. It's like 15 years ago we did that with friends, and we did just one album, one CD, and it's only composition and all the time fun. We don't have many work, but okay. For the next 20 years, we will still be here.
That's so great. All right, let's go to the video right now and watch this.
Yeah.
All right, we are back on the World Fusion Show with Mathieu Borgne, and you've done some interesting World Fusion collaborations, and one of them is this next video we're going to watch with a group, Try Paradise. Tell us a little bit about this collaboration.
Yeah, Try Paradise is the last group I went to play with. It comes from a guy called Jean-Marc Zelver. It's a guy who did many different type of mix between traditional instruments. He played different traditional instruments. He plays santur, which is the ancestor of piano in kind of way. And he mixed that with a Turkish percussionist, and then a bass player who plays fretless, like Jaco Pastorius, a steel pan, I play double second, and then this Indian singer, Uma Devi, and it's a original mix. Real, you don't know what happened with that, but it works. It put a certain ambience, a color, and people like it. It's really nice. And the steel pan with it, because it's only acoustic music, so the sound of the steel pan is really beautiful.
I agree. I think it works beautifully. And of course, it's perfect for the show, because that's what we do here on the World Fusion Show. We combine different...
That was our first concert.
That's right. It is true. All right, let's go and watch this wonderful video right now.
Okay.
right, we are back with Mathieu Borgne and that wonderful Indian singer and interesting combination of instruments. Now, Mathieu, I just want to thank you so much for joining us today on the show and sharing your incredible
Thanks to you.
music with our audience. I'm sure they're going to love it, and hopefully they'll come check you out, your website, and buy your CDs and support more and more of this great music.
Thank you very much. That was a pleasure.
All right. You take care, and we'll connect soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, then. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hey, this is Derrik Jordan. Thank you for joining us today on the World Fusion Show. It's been great to have you. We have so many great shows and guests coming up. Please stay tuned. Tell your friends. Subscribe to us on Facebook. Follow us on our YouTube channel. And let's keep spreading this wonderful music throughout the planet. I'd like to say a quick thank you to our wonderful sponsors, Mackenzie Family Charitable Trust, Chris Pratt, Nancy Feinberg, and Ron Dance, for your generous support. And, as we always like to say on the show, remember, think globally, listen locally, and support independent music.